The Xhosa nation is mourning this evening. The King Zwelonke Mpendulo Sigcawu died in hospital in Mthatha earlier this morning. Acting President Dr. Nksozana Dlamini-Zuma hailed the 51-year-old king, the first monarch to be crowned post-1994. SABC reporter Atule Joka joins us from Mthatha. Good evening, Atule, and welcome to The Full View. Just tell us what the sense is amongst the Xhosa people this evening.
Well, good evening to you, Aldrin, in studio, and a good evening to SABC viewers across the country. The big tree has fallen. The king of AmaXhosa, King Zwelonke Mpendulo, has passed away in the early hours of this morning after a short illness. He's been in and out of hospital in the past 2 years. Since 2016, he had liver and kidney complications, but he is someone who is strong, who didn't want to sit at hospital, who was always discharged and always went out to serve his people. But today we did take a drive to his village. It was quite unreal. It was quite very unusual, because all the time when we go to his village, it was always a matter of we are going there when the delegates and the dignitaries are going there to pay their respects, to pay also their courtesy visits. We would always say him. It was quite a stern man, a man of few words. But today it was unbelievable that we were going there not to see him ever again. The mood was somber. The people were very quiet. You could tell that they had heard that their king had passed on. No one was in a celebratory mood. Everyone was just quiet. We went there, we got to his house. Elderly men at the village were sitting across the kraal. They were trying to put their heads together to sort of trying to pave a way forward, because they did not know how to move from there, because they didn't expect the king to leave them so early. At only 51 years old as a reigning king, he took over the reins in 2006 after the death of his father in 2005, King Sigcawu, who perished also in 2005. But he was coronated in 2016 by the then President Jacob Zuma.
Do we know of the funeral details as yet?
Aldrin?
Do we know about the funeral details?
We also got a report. Yes, we did get a response from the Minister of Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, Mr. Nksozana. He was saying he has written, he's following the due processes of governance. He has written a letter to the Premier of the province, Mr. Oscar Mabuyane, to sort of ask what sort of official funeral will the king be afforded, and then they will take that letter to the presidency, to the national government, where they will determine which sort of official funeral that will be accorded to the king of AmaXhosa.
Final one is, do we know as yet who ascends in the meantime?
In the meantime, it is not... we are not quite sure who will ascend to power, because the king, as we had heard from the family, only had a very young heir who's only 2 years at the stage. So they said they will sit down as the family to try and sort out those issues, to try and see who will take over. It is possible that maybe the mother of the child might be able to be the one who's standing in until as a regent until the kid is ready. But at this moment in stage, the family said they will sit together to try and see who will take over the reins in the meantime.
Thank you so much, Atule Joka there. Just a quick heads up, later on this evening we will be speaking to Bantu Holomisa, the leader of the UDM.